Hey you guys, welcome back to High Priestess Transmissions. My name is Nikki. I'm a psychic medium, a witch, an initiated high priestess, and a spiritual healer. And I don't know if I'll ever post this, but if I do, please just know that this is a very important but vulnerable moment for me. But I want to give you guys an example of how my work plays out in real time. If you've been thinking of getting healing work done with me or a spiritual reading or something, like, I'm going to share a story with you about this last week or so and the roller coaster in the best way that it's been for myself, because I am my most important client. Okay, I am my most important testimonial, my most important transformation. I don't treat my clients like guinea pigs. I don't test things out on them. I don't do anything for you guys that I haven't done on myself first. Okay, because I am a big believer in embodiment, and I strongly believe and I know that when it comes to learning and education and transformation and stuff, that people don't always learn from words. Okay, a lot of times we just learn from embodiment, from other people being an example of what they teach, right? Living in it, being it, embodying it. And this story is a great example of how my work works. So, this past Wednesday was launch day for my course. And this Evil Eye course, it was the first course that I co-created with my ancestors, with my Romani ancestors, about evil eye and cleansing, uncrossing, protection, boundaries, sovereignty, all that good stuff using Romani folk magic, right? Because the evil eye is something very, very well known across the Mediterranean, but especially within Romani traditions, and our magic is built from survival. So I know the work works, right? And I wanted to share it with y'all for many reasons. But anyway, my ancestors gave me this download for this course about 3.5 weeks before launch day. So I said, okay, I thought 3 weeks for like a medium level course as far as the amount of content. I figured, okay, I can do that. Well, y'all, to be very honest with you guys, I didn't know how much work it was going to be. And I was joking with my ancestors and my spirits, because let me tell you something. Between the Palo spirits and my ancestors, sometimes they are just downright diabolical. Okay? And I was joking with them, not being disrespectful, but saying, like, you guys are so quick to give me these downloads. And I get so excited that I'm so quick to agree to it, because I love co-creating with them, and it makes me so happy, and I get so inspired. But it's like, y'all love giving me these downloads because you're not the one in the physical realm putting in the legwork. You're not the one sitting at the laptop for 9 hours on end putting this course together. And filming the videos and the recordings and whatnot. And I don't mind doing it, don't get me wrong. It's just, I'm still in a physical vessel. And I have limitations. And being neurodivergent and neurospicy and having ADHD and spiritual, sometimes I forget my limitations, okay? And without even trying to do so, I push past my limits. So anyway, launch day comes, and I wake up that morning, this past Wednesday morning, just feeling so depleted. Like I got hit by a bus. And I'm like, okay, course is still launching as planned, because I am a woman of my word. And they made it very clear on the date that they wanted. But I'm like, okay, I still need to take some time off. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take the rest of the week into the weekend off, and I'll be back Monday. And I still had a few client sessions scheduled. I was not going to reschedule them because I firmly believe in divine timing, and again, I try to be a woman of my word. So I hate rescheduling unless absolutely necessary. But I was like, other than that, I'm taking me some me time. Cool. So I'm resting Thursday, Friday. I believe it was, Saturday comes. and I'm feeling super nauseous. And I can tell there's like some solar plexus issues going on. And so I'm like, do I need to do a cleansing bath for my solar plexus? Which is something that I offer on my website. I have bath sets for the first 4 chakras. So the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, and the heart. I have bath sets, which are 3 baths that are specifically designed and ritualized to cleanse, bless, protect, and heal that chakra. And my solar plexus was like spinning to the point that I was so nauseous. And it was very specific. It was just that area of my tummy, right? And I'm like, okay, something needs to, happen. And just intuitively, I knew it was a spiritual issue. And I even went and did divination to make sure that this is what I needed to do. Because I don't like spiritual bypassing. It could have been a tummy bug, whatever. So my muerto said, yeah, do the solar plexus bath. So I did it for myself. I felt instantly better after that bath. Nausea, gone. Feeling better. This was about noon on Saturday, I believe. So I go about the rest of my day, resting, whatever, go to bed. I wake up at 2 a.m. This is now yesterday, Sunday, Easter. You guys, I was violently vomiting. Just puking my guts out. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm having chills, followed by hot flashes, so that tells me I was having a fever. Nausea, vomiting, can't keep anything down. Throwing up all night. I go back to sleep. And wake up yesterday morning, Sunday morning, same thing, can't keep anything down. Throwing up all day yesterday. I finally got some Pepto-Bismol. And I went and confirmed with my muerto, with my spirits. I'm like, are y'all sure that this is number 1, from the solar plexus bath, and number 2, a spiritual issue? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So I finally got it under control. I slept a lot last night. I'm still in recovery today. I've just been drinking a lot of water, a lot of Gatorade. Toast seems to be the only thing I can keep down. So I just had some toast this morning. But you guys, it was necessary, don't get me wrong, okay? Because like I tell y'all all the time, both in my content and especially in my healing sessions and my readings, when it comes to chakras, they're just energy centers, energy storage centers. And when we go through trauma or have negative energy or, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, all that kind of stuff, it gets stored in these different energy centers depending on what aspect of us and our life that correlates to. And from my solar plexus, there was a lot of lack of boundaries. And it's hard to say if it was underactive or overactive, because in one way, on the inside, as far as my behavior and towards myself, it was overactive, right? I was trying to overwork, overprove my worth, be too controlling when it came to myself and my results. But when it came to the external world with other people, it was underactive in the sense of I didn't have strong boundaries. Especially when it comes to my work with my clients. Like, I didn't implement set work hours until about 3 weeks or a month ago. where that is the only time that I'm accessible. I used to reply to work texts and DMs at 10, 11 o'clock at night, midnight, whatever, and all that. And other things that I won't mention. And it's not, my client's not the problem. Okay? I love talking to my clients. I love you guys. You know that. I love talking to you. And like I said in an email I sent out this past weekend, I love my work so much and I'm so devoted and so dedicated to it that sometimes my spirits have to yell at me. Okay? I'm clairaudient so I can hear them. And they have to rip me away from my work. Okay? Especially lately because I've really been like scaling my business and moving to the next level, and I've been feeling so motivated. But finally, I'm like, I can't be on call. I'm not going to be on call. Like, I used to answer client DMs very quickly. Especially if they had a concern or a question or needed something, I would jump to be there for them. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs, especially spiritualists and healers and practitioners, relate to me on this. Especially if you're like me and you have a medical background. Like me, I have a nursing background, right? So when my clients, aka my patients, they're not my patients, they're my clients, but y'all know what I mean. When they need something, nurse mode, immediately, jumping to help. It's instinctual. And that's how I am in life regardless of client or not. Like when I see someone or something that needs help, without even thinking about it, I jump to help them. And that's a great thing, don't get me wrong. You know, my spirits have been very clear about that. They don't want me to be greedy or overly guarded or anything like that. It's not about that. It's, if I'm always on call and always at your beck and call, number one, unfortunately, there are some people that will take advantage of it. Not all clients, but some will. And number two, it's just not good for me. Right? And this past weekend, I made it very clear to my clients that I always take weekends off now. I didn't used to, but I do now. But especially this weekend was very important for me to take time off. And I could still feel clients, like certain ones, pulling on my energy, you know, wanting a reading, needing support, all this. And so it was bothering me. Because I'm like, okay, I'm at a crossroads here. I'm realizing I need boundaries and I have to have set hours and parameters and take weekends off. And also, I know that spiritual emergencies exist. Like if you're getting attacked viciously at 2 a.m. and you're having like physical symptoms that are from spiritual causes, okay, because that is a very real thing. Obviously, as a responsible practitioner, if you're having like heart palpitations, that's a very big one that low-level entities can cause. I'm going to suggest you go to the emergency room or urgent care. Okay? But if you get checked out and everything's fine or undiagnosable, then go to the spiritual realm. But anyway, spiritual emergencies do happen. So I'm like, okay, how can I find a happy medium where I still keep my boundaries, but if they really, really, really need me, something is set up. So I came up with my spiritual emergency services. There's an offering of, you can just get a reading, or there's also a second upgrade option, which is the spiritual reading, an immediate cleansing and protection ritual that I do, along with a set of 6 spiritual baths, 3 cleansing and 3 protection, that are sent overnight delivery to you, if you're in the US. And you can get that information at sirensnectar.com/urgent, but that's the only way that I'm going to be on call. Because it truly is on call. I have my phone set up now to where everything else is shut off. But if you purchase one of those things and you do what it tells you to do, which it tells you to text a certain phone number after payment, that notification will still come through my phone. So I'll see it immediately. But you have to text that phone number after purchase, or else I will not see it until the next business day. Okay. But that's the happy medium for me. And I know a lot of people struggle with this. Especially women. We struggle with boundaries because we've kind of adapted to be very agreeable and very much like, I don't want to say the savior, but really, like, and again, especially if you're like me and you have a nursing background, because I'm like 99% sure that I've been a nurse or a midwife or something like that, or a doctor in multiple lifetimes, so that carries with me, you know, because I love helping people, I love healing people, I love making people feel better and easing their pain, and all of that's very important to me, but I have to take time to myself. Because if I'm always on call, always pouring into everyone else and not myself, not only am I going to suffer, but so are y'all, because you'll get half-ass results, and I don't do that shit. If I can't show up for y'all fully, I table it. I reschedule. And again, I hate rescheduling, like I said. I fucking hate it. Now, if you guys need to reschedule within reason, that's fine. I'm not going to bark at you or get upset. But on my end, no. So it's just been a very, and these words are not even like 10% of the amount of transformation that has gone on the last few days. But this just goes to show that chakras are very real. Energy work is very real. And obviously, when I make the chakra baths for you guys, I'm going to do my best to make them energetically a lot more gentle, you know, and softer and more tapered than the bath that I made for myself. Because if I can help it, I don't want you guys to be throwing up and stuff. But this was like a ayahuasca level purge that people pay thousands of dollars for, you know. And I got it with a cleansing bath and some other stuff. But I just wanted to get this off my chest, okay? I love you.